Hey, what's up everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining us. And today we're taking a look at this awesome light right here. This is the Fenix Tk20R V2 flashlight, a great addition to your gear, such as your haversack, your backpack, your vehicle. But it also has a lot of really interesting innovations for some tactical uses. You guys know I'm not really a tactical guy, but I really like what Fenix is doing. I'm really enjoying this light and honestly everything that I've been using from them. So today we're going to review it. I'm going to break down its uses, what I like, what I maybe not like, and I'll let you guys know. So thank you for joining us. Let's get started. All right, folks, so we still have about 15 minutes before the sun sets. So before I show you the flashlight in action, let me give you guys the specs really briefly. Like I said, this is the Fenix Tk20R V2 flashlight. It comes with an ARB-L21 Li-ion battery, 5000 mAh. The size dimensions are 6.02 by 1.34 by 1.00. The weight with the battery included is 7.20 ounces. I will say, for the similar size range that I've tried other flashlights, this one does feel heftier. It does feel heavier. Not by a lot, but it's noticeable. And then the usual flashlight stuff that you hear. It's impact resistant up to 1 meter. It's submersible up to 2 meters. It does have 6 different modes that we're going to talk about later. And there's 2 different buttons in the back. Here's the tactical switch. And here's the functional one. And I'll show you how you can use those later on. And then there's a limited 5-year warranty from Fenix. So when you purchase this, it does come with the USB-C cord, 2 spare O-rings, as well as a pouch. Now, I don't normally use the pouch, to be honest. I find it a little bulky to carry something this heavy on my pants pocket. Honestly, especially because, my EDC light tends to be a lot smaller, a lot lighter. But once again, I carry this on my haversack or my pack in case I need something stronger when I'm out camping or anything like that. Now, I know a lot of people that could like this that are in the military, search and rescue, Coast Guard, law enforcement of some kind or the other. So I definitely know people that would prefer to have a pouch, on their belt or on their vest. And it does come with this pouch. I don't use it, but I think it's a welcome addition. Like I said, I tend to use the clip. And then, just to show you guys how to access the USB-C port to charge it, you turn this, and there you go. I really like that. This is going to be far more resistant against the elements like dirt and water and stuff like that than one of the little rubber flaps that you have, like, say, in my through nights and stuff like that. So I really dig this. And whenever you are charging it, on the other side, there is a power indicator, little light right there when you plug it in. And of course, there's different levels as well. So you'll see red, you'll see green, flashing green, all that stuff, depending on the percentage that it has charged. I know for a fact I charged this before leaving home, so it should be right now at fully green. Once again, it is a larger light, so I could definitely see someone, say, in law enforcement having this. It does have these little striking bezels. They're not super sharp, they're not super aggressive, but I would rather have this to defend myself if I had nothing else. So it is sunset. You can see my tiny little truck over there at the bottom of the hill. And we're out here because it is springtime and we want to scout for wild edibles, fruits, and all that stuff out here in the desert for future videos. So perfect time to start showing the different modes on this flashlight. And I love the way this flashlight operates. It's not overly complicated, something like that. I like the fact that there's just 2 buttons. You got your main button right here, your tactical switch. You can either just slightly press it and let it go, or you could just click it down and it'll hold it. Right, and it's memory mode, so it's going to leave it on the last mode that you used. And then there's the bottom button right here, the functional button or the function button, and as you click, it starts to cycle through all of these. So let's start from the very beginning. So this is called the Echo mode, and it is 30 lumens. It'll last you 48 hours, and the distance is 45 minutes. 490 candela. Now, obviously, this isn't something like Firefly mode from Through Night or something like that. And I gotta say, if there's anything that I kind of wish it did have, it's something like that, like a 1.5 lumen, something like that, for middle of the night kind of stuff, but this is fine. Once again, 30 lumens. So 30 lumens isn't much. This is something more like a keychain flashlight type light, but check it out. If I'm by myself and, say I'm coming to hike and the sun sets before I manage to make it down, I would prefer to have something a little stronger, but if I have to, this will help guide me. I could see easily within the next 15 to 20 feet. And it illuminates enough where I can, if I had to keep an eye out for a rattlesnake, a tarantula, stuff like that, it works just fine. Now let's go ahead and go to low mode. So you click it one more time, and low mode is 150 lumens, and it'll last you 21 hours and 20 minutes. The max distance is 100 meters with 2,500 candela. Now we're getting somewhere. This low mode is pretty damn strong. Once again, 150 lumens. And once again, going by the concept that, a hiker that just, was a little slow before the sunset and he still got to make his way down, I'm going to be very glad to have this. Look at that beautiful desert sunset, by the way. Our sunsets are beautiful. But yeah, not optimal in terms, I would like something a little stronger, but at the same time, I can see definitely this will definitely get the job done. All right, so moving on to medium mode, and once again, I love the fact it's just one click, just a quick. And medium is 350 lumens. It'll last 7 hours. The max distance is 150 meters. Candela is 5,860. This thing is powerful right here. Let me see. I'll turn it around. Really liking this. Really nice. And now let's go ahead and go to high. Now high, once again, one click. That's 1,000 lumens. It'll last you 3 hours and 10 minutes. The max distance is 265 meters. 17,620 candela. I don't know much about... I don't know if y'all caught that, but there's a coyote howling down somewhere at the bottom of the hill. That's awesome. God, what a beautiful night. Do you hear him? Okay, so perfect time to try to shine the brightest light, see if we can find its little eyes. Okay, so let's move on to turbo. So I'm going to click it. That's 3,000 lumens. It'll last you 2 hours and 50 minutes, and the max distance is 475 meters. Yeah, this thing is just brilliant. You could see the reflections on the lights of my truck. Now, the one thing is you can start feeling this heating up very quickly. So I'm going to take that off because I don't want to risk it. And this is good enough. Alright, so once again, a quick summary of the different modes. Click on, and this is echo. Echo is still strong enough where I can see where I'm walking. You don't want to trip and break your ankle. So Good to look around. Obviously, it's a lower type of lumen. Okay, so then we can move to low, more substantial here. Can't quite see my truck through the camera. I can see it in person. I can see it over there, but it just doesn't come out on camera. But let's go ahead and move to medium. And if you eagle-eyed viewers will find a little bit of the reflection past that bush, and you can see my truck down there. So, you know, the lost hiker that needs to make his way down the hill, and get to his vehicle, he's good with this light. Very impressive. But let's get even more impressive. Let's go to high. And that's really good right there. And there's such a nice, the ring around the light, the radius of light is just, you know, nice and spread out. So, you know, I can see not just in front of me, but around me. Once again, you want to keep an eye out for, you know, loose rocks or, you know, a pit where you can, you know, drop your foot and, you know, break your ankle or something like that. Really good stuff. And then in case you want to go just balls to the wall. Oh, by the way, you see my vehicle there. Balls to the wall. Click it for turbo. I can see the road down at the bottom of the hill. I can see my truck all the way over there. And once again, what a bright, round. Well, I just like the radius a lot. Yeah, it's getting too hot here. So there you are with the 5 main modes, and then the last one that I don't normally use myself, which is strobe. So it doesn't matter what mode you're in. It really doesn't matter. As long as you hold the function button down for half a second, and you'll have that. And then click it off, and it goes back to where you left it before. So I like the simplicity of these buttons. I really dig that. Once again, I'm trying to reach my vehicle. I can see it in person, but in there you go. You can see the reflection on the lights. But let's go ahead and move it to turbo. And you can see my truck from far away. Really powerful stuff. 3,000 lumens. You're not going to use it for a long time, but for whenever it's needed. Okay, folks, so that's about the long and short of it. I gotta say, guys, my final thoughts on this flashlight is I'm really enjoying it. Now, that may come off as very insincere because, you know, oh, typical YouTuber that got free gear from a company. But honestly, if you go back to my last 3 or 4 flashlight reviews, which, to be fair, most of them were through nights, I say I like them, but there's always something that I don't. I always gotta nitpick a couple of things. Also with the Army Tech that I filmed back in November. This one, I really can't say anything. If there's anything that I could criticize a little bit, it's the price. It is a little bit expensive. It's going for about $130 to $140. But Fenix lights in general tends to be a little bit more pricier than, once again, something like Through Night. It is also slightly hefty. I mean, it's over 7 ounces. You're going to feel this, especially, once again, compared to what I carry on my person every day. And even then, you know, my backup flashlight, that's even much smaller on my hat. So as you can imagine, you feel this a little bit more when you're walking around and you have it on your haversack or something like that. But it's well worth it. It's well worth it with all the different modes, you know, the intensity, all that good stuff. And I like that it's just easy. Goes right here on my haversack and it's ready to roll. And then my favorite part of all this is honestly the ease of use. It's not overly complicated like Olight. If you notice, I rarely use Olights. I rarely review them because I'll be honest, they're just way too complicated for a caveman like me. So you got two buttons. The main one that saves, where you last left it, and then the second button at the bottom that you can just cycle through the different modes. No double clicking, no triple clicking, nothing like that. The most complex thing you got to do is hold it down for half a second for the strobe, and that's it. Easy peasy. I really like that. I also happen to like the fact that you unscrew the USB charging port right there. You unscrew it so it's exposed. I feel more confident that this is going to outlast, and it's going to be safe from the elements, as opposed to, once again, a little rubber flap like this one that I feel like, throughout the years it's going to start weakening and rip off at some point. So I'm really glad to have something like this. If you like this flashlight, the link is down below to our Amazon store where you can purchase this. Not only do you get an awesome piece of gear, but it throws a couple cents so we can keep getting out here and having adventures. Goes a long way, guys. We very much appreciate it, especially with the gas prices this year. And that's it for us, guys. We'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.